This meeting is being conducted in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
Where was that from?
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave on the Township website and posted on the bulletin boards at Township Hall.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Conrad.
Here.
Councilmember Perry.
Here.
Councilmember Simonson.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Clark.
Here.
Mayor Peck.
Here. Before we begin our work tonight, we have a friend. I was going to call him an old friend. Somehow that doesn't sound. It does. It works anyway, right? Well, Kevin, please come forward and tell us about the monarch butterfly habitat. Kevin Maloney, who's done an awful lot. A good friend of the township.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Beck. Again, for those who don't know me, my name is Kevin Maloney, and I'm with the Cape May Maritime Museum and Education Center, and we're all volunteers, and I'm really pleased to be able to announce again finally that we're going to be moving forward with the migratory monarch butterfly habitat. So Mayor Beck, Deputy Mayor Clark, council members, Manager Ridgway, Julie, and citizens of the Township of Lower. I want to, thank you again for, for your support, your continued support. We initiated this project. This was proposed about a year ago. We are planning to reconstruct an 1876 life-saving station out at the Higbee Beach wildlife management site, and that's an open space area. And part of the mandate for open spaces is to enhance public access, which we're providing. There's a new parking area. There's fencing there with signage, to direct the public to away from the dunes, as well as providing greater access to the beach area. Again, part of the mandate is also to provide and expand the natural habitat for wildlife and vegetation. And to that end, Dave Golden, who is he's a friend of the township as well, a good friend, and Dave is the chief of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, Fish and Wildlife. And Dave proposed that perhaps we consider establishing a wildlife habitat area for the migratory monarch butterflies. And gosh, we thought that was a great idea. I didn't know too much about it, so we contacted Mark Garland, who's at the Cape May Bird Observatory. And Mark he's the head of the migratory monarch butterfly program at the Cape May Bird Observatory. And during the migratory periods, Mark and his really knowledgeable staff, they set up kiosks, and they described the biology of the monarchs. They did provide tagging exhibits, and we thought it'd be terrific if they could expand that. The location is behind the dunes, which is ideal for the butterflies. They seem to really favor that area at different times. So it's an ideal expansion to to their habitat. And I think most people here know about the monarchs, that they're really not endangered, but the population has really declined. And having this habitat will really, I think, provide them with the sustainability to be able to make their trek. And the trek is over 2,000 miles. And if you know about these monarchs, they weigh like a half a gram. And how do they know how to go from Canada to Cape May to Township of Lower here, and to travel all that distance? And somehow they just it's an absolute amazing I think feat of nature. They hibernate or they migrate to the upper mountains in Mexico. There's millions and millions of them there. So it's really important that these habitats that are sustainable. And around a little background, around 1970, there was one of the birders. He saw these monarch butterflies, and he said, "Where are they going?" And they really didn't know. And so what they did, they started tagging these. They were able to find, I think, up to 58 of them so far that came from right here in Township of Lower to Mexico. And some of these butterflies, again, they fly up to 200 miles a day. And so they're absolutely incredible creatures. So I think many people in our community have butterfly plants, and and it's part of I think our community effort to to support these beautiful creatures. So so again, so Dave proposed this, and so I didn't know too much about the what we would need. So we enlisted the support of the Rutgers Master Gardeners, Evelyn Lovitz, and her team is absolutely phenomenal as far as designing the, they were able to design the gardens and do the plant selection. And we're proposing this first phase now is to plant about 1,100 plants for the initial phase of this habitat, this garden. Dave Golden said it's going to be a spectacular, event and view when during the migratory period, to see all these thousands of monarch butterflies in this habitat right here in our community during the migratory period. And then with Mark Garland setting up the kiosks, and again, and having our elementary school children go to these kiosks and learn about this, I think it's going to be, something that's going to have great value to our community here. So the Master Gardeners looked at the site there. It was an old magnesite plant, and they said this is not suitable to plant anything here and so we approached the MUA, the Cape County MUA, and they were really supportive, and our letter was compelling enough, so they donated 120 cubic yards of topsoil. Mitchell Nichols delivered it, and the DEP, Fish and Wildlife, they raked it all out and prepared for the planting. We ordered the plants, and unfortunately last May, the plants were not ready, and so we were not able to begin that until now. Councilman Conrad, he enlisted the Boy Scouts. The Evelyn Lovitz and the Master Gardener said, "We'll design it and we'll select the plants and we'll point," but we really are not able to plant these. And so Councilman Conrad, he's getting the Girl Scouts and some of the Boy Scouts, as well as other volunteers, to come down this coming Saturday, beginning at 9 o'clock, to help to start the process of this initial phase to do the planting. So we need to irrigate, and so the Cape Point Volunteer Fire Department, they're going to bring down one of their fire trucks, and they're going to provide, it's one of the brush trucks, and they're going to provide the initial irrigation. The Hume family, Larry and Marvin Hume, have been very supportive, and they're going to help to, again, provide a barbecue with the Sportsman's Club for the volunteers that afternoon. So they also, the Sportsman's Club, are going to provide the sustainable irrigation. There's some kind of a regulation where on an open space site, a state site, we can't use any utilities from outside that region there. So the Sportsman's Club is on that location, so they're going to be providing the irrigation for that for the next couple of years there. So, and so again, I want to thank you, and I think it's going to be just something that's going to be very special out there. So thank you.
Well, before you leave, I mean, the township owes you an awful lot. You've been a volunteer and one of the key ones inside this town for the past few years. So on behalf of the residents, we want to say thanks a lot. I know council feels the same way. If anybody wants to say something, please do. And thanks, Tom, for bringing out the scouts on Saturday. I'll be at another affair, but other than that, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Beck. Yeah.
All right. And Sandy, I know she does a lot of, she does most of the
I
work.
can tell you, yeah, gosh, I'm just one person in front of all these phenomenal people we have in our community, and it's just so heartening, to have, the people in our community who, anytime I ask anything from the community, they're always there, so it's just terrific to be here, so thank you.
Unfortunately, you're one of the few, but you exemplify what can occur when somebody with some passion does get involved, in which case we thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. You've been tremendously supportive.
Listen,
the whole-
it's easy.
the whole
I just say
country.
go.
Yeah, so so thank you again.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
And go Eagles.
Yeah, go Birds. Yeah, and thank you for being brief. Okay, we move down to the consent agenda. Council questions, comments. I'd like to move, let me see where I'm at.
269.
269 and 270 down to the regular agenda. Other than that, does anybody else, council-wise, have a comment, question? Okay, open up for public comment on the consent agenda. Yes, sir.
John Skronsky, 607 Arctic Avenue. On 268, the approval of $6,000 to Mott McDonald for a bike path. Last meeting, I brought up about a resolution number 254, which said general engineering services for $5,000. And Mr. Ridgway said that that was going to be used for the bike path. Now we have another one for the bike path.
Yes, we do.
Bike path's getting expensive.
Well, I can't disagree with that, but between the state and the county, with what they've required from us due to the wetlands there, John, this was handed to me as shovel-ready, and as close as we are, we still needed to give them more documentation, and the electric company needed a detailed plan of what to do with these telephone pole wires, and we're waiting on a timetable from them. And quite frankly, Mott McDonald has, there was a lot of engineering work there that this was supposedly ready to go. And
All righty, thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, close the public portion.
Approval of the minutes from September 7th, 2016. Resolutions number 2016-261 through 268 and 271.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
Yes.
Resolution number 2016-269, a resolution authorizing the correction of a typographical error contained in the Lower Township Supervisor's 2016 to 2019 union contract.
Well, it's a heck of a typographical error. I would call it an omission. However, the question I have is that because we got we got like 60 pages in there. Is that the only change that was made
Yes.
within that? That's the only change. Okay, now,
Pages it on.
we had, it's in the resolution that the specific union has agreed to it. But the preamble dates back to the August.
The last page of the contract, under, the actual agreement was approved on July 18th.
Right,
Resolution 2016-269 adds the words "or merit" to Article 11, wages, paragraph H, the last sentence. Those two words were
Right.
added in.
right. Now, is that signed by them? I'm just.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to.
Yes.
And what's the date on the signature?
They just signed it on
Okay,
Friday?
that's fine.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure there weren't any other changes. Okay, does anybody else have any questions on that?
That was Article 11,
Paragraph H, the last sentence.
paragraph H. Ah, thank you. I was,
Okay, counsel, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
yes.
Mayor Beck?
No.
Resolution number 2016-270. This is a resolution authorizing increases for non-union employees.
Okay, does council have any questions on it?
I believe this is statutory. It doesn't, we're just approving something that's state law has to happen.
Correct.
Okay.
You mean we don't have it, then why are we voting on it?
Paperwork. So the auditor requests that any dollar amount raised
All right.
in the budget gets put in
Okay.
front of council.
All right.
Statutorily,
Is there, we should open up for public comment too. Is there any public comment on this? Close the public portion. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
No. I hope the statutory police don't come down and get me, but I'm voting no.
Resolution number 2016-272. This is approval of an alcoholic beverage control person-to-person license transfer for 050533 016005 from Del Bay LLC to Maypoint Hospitality LLC, trading as Harpoons on the Bay. This has been advertised. We have received no comments on it at all.
Okay. Does council have any comments?
Just want to say that we know these folks. It's moving from one good person to another good person, and both good persons are good citizens of this township.
Okay. We'll open up for public comment. Close the public portion. Do I have a motion to approve?
I make the motion.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
Yes. Move down to administrative reports. Any council comments or questions? Move to Tom, council comments.
Well, last week I covered schools still in. Been driving around the township, especially in Phyllis, and checking out the streets, seeing how the houses are looking, the properties are, just random streets. Today was very interesting in that since we didn't have a lot of rain for a while, all the ground was dry. And I got to see all the wonderful little areas that flood almost immediately. And it was bad. Certain areas were incredibly bad, and we have to see what we could do to possibly rectify them in the next few years. Problem is, some of them, they're low land. There's nothing we are going to be able to do, unless we want to flood the yards, period, by raising the streets. If there's an issue, let us know. Sometimes everyone thinks that there's a problem, that it's obvious. It's not. There's a lot of streets in East Township. There's a lot of different little issues. We want to try to fix what we can. We want to make this a better place for everyone. I want to thank Mr. Maloney for giving the Scouts a chance to work on a project. But one of the interesting things we need more Scouts. We don't have many Scouts. We're running out in this township. We're the largest municipality in the county, and we have one little Scout troop left. So if anyone's interested in having their kids learn ethics and morals and responsibility, contact somebody. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for getting their yards clean. I was very impressed driving down these streets, though, and how the yards look. And this is a great place to live. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, I have some good news for actually all the residents of Lower Township, especially the residents that live in Ward 2. I did get some information back from the county in regards to how the county is progressing with some of the issues on Bayshore Road. And I had gotten an email Friday and was quite surprised that the project grew a little bit bigger than what I thought. I have an email here that says that we're nearly completed with our consultant selection process for the firm that will perform the design and improvements on Bayshore Road from Sandman Boulevard to Fishing Creek Road. That's how far the county's going to be going down to make improvements on Bayshore Road. The award for the design should be on the freeholders' agenda sometime soon. We have possible dates of September 27th or October 11th. So they're very close to hiring a firm to get in there to start that design work. Also, as part of the design work, the intersection at Bayshore Road and Townbank Road will be upgraded to meet ADA standards. And anybody familiar with the intersections know that it currently is not. Hopefully, when this whole design is done, all the crosswalk areas will meet that standard also. They're still working on the speed limit review. They have not finished that as of yet. We did have an issue with a crosswalk button at Town Bank and Bay Shore Road. We had a resident, handicapped resident, could not reach the button from a wheelchair. Brought it to the attention of the county. They jumped on it right away. They're removing some earth out of the way, and they're going to put some asphalt to lower that grade so anyone in a wheelchair can be able to get up to that pole and be able to reach over and press that crosswalk button. So the county is reacting to messages that we've been sending up there, I've been sending up there, to try to get some of these improvements made on Bay Shore Road. And it looks like, again, slow process, but we're getting somewhere. And I've been got some information to start this project from the Clarks from North Cape May, and I'd just like to reach out to them to tell them we're moving forward. Slow, but we're moving forward. Thank you.
Yeah, and I commend Councilman Perry for his work with that. It's been an ongoing, a long process, and it looks like there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it will be getting done in the very near future, as well as some areas in Ward 3 as well. I know south of the canal, there are some areas there, as well as the intersection at Town Bank and Seashore Road, and some other areas in Ward 3 as well. So we're making the roads in our town a priority, and we know that, you know, some of them are sometimes are out of our hands as far as, you know, they're not our roads, but we will continue to hammer on the door and get the work done. Other than that, I just want to encourage everyone. I know the mayor will have all the information, but to get out and support our Run for the Fallen. Every year it's grown, unfortunately, but it is, especially in these controversial times with our patriotism and in question with some, this is just a great event to celebrate the lives of the soldiers of New Jersey that have lost their lives fighting for our freedoms. And it kicks off on Wednesday with a great ceremony. The families and loved ones of those soldiers. When it does kick off, all the schools get involved. The elementary kids come out and cheer on the runners. We fought, I know a few years back, Eileen and I have fought to have one of the stops at the high school where Michael Scusa also went to school, and we have a marker for him there, and there's a little ceremony with the high school band and chorus and relatives, the Scusa relatives as well. So we just encourage, you know, it's something in our community that is a great patriotic event as well. We just ask for your support and get out and see something great. That's it for me.
Just came from the historic Fishing Creek School, and the elementary school has moved in. The teachers have moved in. The teaching apparatus has moved in, and it looks like an operating school once again, and it does my heart good, and it does a lot of hearts good. And I'm saying this because, and I'm going to say it every council session until school begins, because this school, the historic Fishing Creek School, is now open to every family that has a 3-year-old entering into our school system. And the elementary school wants you to know that teachers will be happy to come and work with you individually in your home and here at the historic Fishing Creek School to prepare your 3-year-old for school. And these teachers, when you meet them, you'll see that their hearts are really dedicated to seeing your child become successful in school. And that's why they're doing this. That's why the whole school district is behind this, because they want to see your children successful in school. And it's a good time to start along that path of success when you're a 3-year-old. And we just want you to take advantage of it. If you're a family out there watching this on television with a 3-year-old, please contact the elementary school and ask them about the 3VP program. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have a flood insurance meeting, I guess Saturday the 24th at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It's a meeting here at Town Hall. Who will be here for that? Is that going to be, is Stu Farrell coming?
The Smart Vent Company will be here.
Okay, that's the one that our assessor reached out to.
correct.
Okay,
And
all right. That's a flood insurance meeting this Saturday, September 24th, 10 to 12 noon. Then there is an HMFA meeting, which really has to do with funding for water installation, and I would guess that that's mostly the people that are getting water run into the villas. There's a meeting for possible funding for people that need help, and that's Tuesday, October 4th at 6 p.m. right here at the meeting room in Town Hall. And then, we have to tip the hat to Eileen, too, who's I think, are you the deputy director of the run, kind of a deal? Is that your title? Vice president of the run? And I mean, it's, how many years have we been doing this now, or they've been doing it, I should say? 8 years. And I think it just started out with how many runners at the time? Handful. And it's grown, which is fantastic. And a lot of the runners are military. Just about all military. All active duty. It should almost be mandatory that people come to the ceremony on Wednesday night, because it's the fallen star mothers that are there. And it's probably one of the most heart-rendering of all the ceremonies that you can possibly attend. These are the people who've lost sons or daughters or husbands or wives or a close relative in the war. And they read the names out of each one of them. And it is solemn, but it is so supportive of these people. And it's an opportunity for them to be together. And I think that certainly it is something that they, appreciate, and your efforts certainly are appreciated by the town folk here too. So it is Wednesday at Sunset Beach, September 21st at 5:30 p.m. And anybody can be there. They should be there. Okay. With that, we'll open it up to a call to the public. If you have any questions or comments to the council, please come forward. Yes, ma'am.
Attire. No, I don't. Mary Reeder from 23 West Drumbed. This I'm proud of. Maybe some of you have seen it. Well, I love it. And it came from an establishment near my home. I won't advertise, but the pizza is great, especially the white. And this is their second shirt. The first one was Villas by the Bay. I bought that one. My family is enjoying them. This is their Christmas gift. So you enjoy it too.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address council?
Without advertising, the establishments at Ridgewood and Bay Shore, if you would like that shirt.
Okay, we'll close the public portion.
Resolution number 2016-273, a resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10-4-12. This is to discuss the Wildwood Crest Lower Township Fire Department negotiations, a possible personnel issue, contract negotiation updates, and possible litigation.
Is that all?
That's it.
And the score of the Eagles. Halftime. Well, let me know. Will you call me?
Make a motion.
Make a
Second.
motion.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Simonson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Clark?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
Yes.
Rob, wait a second.